Hello, everybody. My name's Ardendris, and welcome back to Ezrebeth Definitive Edition. Totally didn't just have to redo that intro because I messed that up. Anyways, last time we started Chapter 2. Turns out we're playing as a character that we don't actually see the name of. But Rem started calling us Sophie. Our name is Sophus, but Rem started calling us Sophie. That's what it was. Cool. I did not remember at first. Also, I love how the music just completely cut off and was just like, you gonna remember or not? Thanks, game. Thank you ever so much. Anyways, we're basically acting as Rem's extra pair of eyes as we spy on Ezrebeth's memories, trying to figure out why she behaved the way she did in, Holiday Mindfudge, I suppose. But we're here with the Shady Shade troupe, and we're about to speak with all of them and figure out who they are and what they're about, basically. Tina so far has been the only nice one, so it's a question of do we start with her or do we start with the other three? Sure, let's start with Bolin, I guess. Bolin or Ballin? How do we think that's pronounced? I know Bolin is a name. I don't think it has two L's in it though, so maybe Ballin? I don't know. Hello, Bolin.
I want to kick you. That is not the voice I gave to him before.
Um,
What?
About you, about this place, about Rem, that's all for now. About you.
You already know who I am, doofus. I'm Bolin, and if you forget it, I'll stab you. In the back.
Right, but what else?
Dot dot dot.
Can you tell me anything else about you?
Did I mention that I will stab you?
Never mind. About this place, the Cafe 7, or whatever Rem called it.
It's the cafe. You can drink coffee here. I keep shaking and shaking and shaking, but coffee makes it all better.
Sounds to me like you should maybe cut back on the coffee.
What was that? I'll cab you.
Kiab?
Dot dot dot. I couldn't decide if I was going to say kick or stab, so I put them together. That's the kind of genius I am.
Sure, totally just didn't get your tongue tied up trying to say two words at the same time and just came out as that. Truly believe that. He's trying a bit too hard to be scary now, isn't he?
And don't let Gildengard tell you any different. Or that dastardly Toulet. They're both hecking bad people, I tell ya.
Tell me, how is someone so seemingly violent and bad-mannered simultaneously so afraid of profanity?
How dare you? I fear no words. No words at all. Didn't you hear me say hecking just now? That's a very bad word.
I can think of worse. Don't say them.
Dot dot dot. If you cuss, you're a bad boy.
Oh my. Okay. Okay.
Bad boys don't go to heaven.
Excuse me?
Dot dot dot. I win, dang it! I'm in heaven now!
Serves you right, Mom. Okay, then. That's exactly my response there, Sophus. What on earth? About Rem. Let's see where this one goes.
She is the greatest! And you can trust me when I say that, since I'm the leader of our family.
Are you now?
Hang straight. I love me some Rem, don't you?
She seems nice enough. Dot dot dot.
Nice? Heck yeah, she is!
Back away slowly, that's all for now. He's just standing there screaming. I should probably back away slowly. Oh, fast. Okay. He's just standing there, menacingly. Okay. I I have no words for that. Um, Gilding Guard is next, I guess. It's you. So it seems. Make it quick. Time is money, friend. About you. You're asking about me. Yeah. Why? The way I see it, we're all in this together. Just a bunch of shady people, literally, condemned to sitting around in a strange cafe. What of it? I mean, we have to make time pass somehow, right? Don't be a fool. You've already endured the worst of it. The long wait. Uh, when you arrived here, were you not alone for what seemed like an eternity? I was. That's the long wait. You are frozen in a state of nothingness until she decides that you're to be of use. You should be thankful, ingrate. Some of us never make it out of there. It sounds like you have some experience with that. Want to talk about it? Ah, what are you, some two-bit shrink? Heck itself will implode a million times over before I yield any part of my inner workings to you. I was just... Now be gone. About this place... Mistress has dubbed this quaint location the Number 7 Cafe. What the number alludes to, I have no idea, nor do I particularly care. Can you tell me anything else about it? If I tell you, what good would it do me? How do you plan to compensate me for my troubles? Talking to me is troubles? More than you can fathom. I mean, if you want money, then... I do. I'm sorry to say I don't have any. Disappointing. But hardly surprising. Hey, that's offensive. Maybe I'm secretly rich. If you were, I would have heard of you. To the great gilding guard, whose eyes and ears breathe money. You smell poorly. Rude. You can breathe and smell with your eyes and ears? But yes. We have an interesting crew, to say the least. Can you tell me about our god? Mistress is absolute. As the leader of the Shady Shade troop, it is my sacred mission to uphold her values and beliefs, to whichever end. So you're the leader then. How come he said he was the leader then? I wasn't aware the troop even had a leader. Perhaps not officially. But one need only take a quick glance around to see who is the most befitting of that title. Yet somehow, she has chosen to bring you along for her most recent outing. Regardless, she knows my value. Of that there can be no doubt. And mark my words, I will be rewarded for my efforts soon. Very soon. If you say so, that's all for now. Finally. Nice talking to you too, jerk. Okay, so everyone thinks they're in charge, and no one knows what they're doing. Got it. Cool. Toulette. Stop! Huh? Don't get any closer. 18 inches, or 45.72 centimeters. It's the ideal distance when talking to someone. For health reasons? For running away reasons? Yes, mental health reasons. I am definitely not using the same voice I was before, but you know what? It's fine. Okay. So if we're any closer than 18 inches, Toulette here might just freak out. So, can you tell me about yourself? Me? You calling me short? Huh? What? I haven't called you anything. This isn't my real body. I'm stuck looking like this annoying brat, even though I'm the tallest and oldest person here. It's a complete... yeah. What do I auto-censor that with? I don't know. It's it's a complete cluster truck. I don't know. I'm sorry to hear that. Still, I didn't say anything like that.
So you're saying I'm hearing things? That I'm insane?
Uh,
Honestly, you're probably right. This place messes you up. Everyone's so weak, but maybe I'm even weaker.
well,
Yeah, my method is supreme. I'm better than everyone else. Don't doubt me, sophish, you jerk. You'll regret it.
I'm sure I will. Hmm. Hmm. Okay then. About this place.
It's a cafe.
I know that part. Dot dot dot.
I used to work at one of these joints, you know? Back when I was alive. We had a rule. Always separate the allergenic ingredients from everything else. That way there'd be no risk of accidentally giving a customer something they can't eat or drink.
I think most cafes have that rule. Dot dot dot. It's the responsible way of going about it, right?
Heck no, idiot. Everyone knows that everything should always be in alphabetical order.
Um,
So I fixed it. Over and over. Everyone got annoyed, but what the heck do they know? I'm the best. It's not my fault that woman died. That dang jar even said peanuts right on it. So what if I changed where it stood? If people are too dang stupid to read, they don't deserve to live anyway.
um, let me get this straight. Someone died because you need everything to be sorted alphabetically?
Yes.
That's... Hmm. Well, I'm speechless.
So is she.
Oh my goodness. What is this cast of characters? This entire cast is just completely unhinged in a way that none of the other games capture.
You know, since she's dead.
I'm leaving now. About Rem.
God turned out to be a pretty woman. Who would have thought? All those depictions of wise old men with beards, they were all wrong. Talk about messed up.
How so?
Everyone knows.
I don't want to read this line. Do I have to?
Everyone knows men are smarter than women, so it makes no sense that God would be abroad. But females also have...
It's only getting worse. It is only getting worse.
But females have other assets. They're a lot easier on the eyes, for one. We're both bad boys, so I bet you understand what I mean.
I'm not going to answer that. Aren't you worried? Also, aren't you worried Rem will smite you or something the way you're talking about her?
Nah, she wouldn't do that. You see, I'm actually the leader of us shadowy types.
Uh-huh. Ding, ding, ding. That's 3 for 3. I'm sure you're in no danger then.
Sounds like you're finally getting it.
I'm gonna back away before Rem comes back and you get in trouble.
Can't handle any more real wisdom, huh?
Not from you, no.
You're lost.
Oh, some of the lines this game's make me read. So, these three, they're characters, all right. That's we'll stick with characters. That's the only description I can give. Tina, the only one who seems at all stable. Sophis. I'm taking you up on that offer to talk if it's still available. Of course. So, what's on your mind? About you. Me? Are you sure? Why not? Well, if there's anything I've learned from life, it's that the more people learn about me, the less they respect me. And to be perfect, and to be honest, that's perfectly understandable, given my many, many poor choices. Suddenly, I'm very curious. Oh? Fine then. Get ready to hear about the dumbest person who ever lived. Mm-hmm. There I was, 27 years old, broke and desperate. Nothing ever worked out for me, and so I turned to unseemly ways of earning money. One day I decided, poorly, to rob a convenience store wielding the flimsiest of firearms. But since I'm an idiot, I didn't consider the fact that pretty much all transactions are handled digital. Let me try that one again. I didn't consider that the fact that pretty much all transactions are handled digitally in the 21st century. So, there wasn't any money there at all, Sophus. um, sorry, it's just so stupid.
I understand in a way.
Really?
I mean, I know what it feels like to be desperate. It makes the best of us do some truly irrational and unhinged things.
Yeah. I used to think to myself that we weren't made to endure all this, you know? Humans are animals. We should be untethered. Not free of responsibilities necessarily, but free of burdens. Having to work, earn money, buy things, over and over ad absurdum, caught in the web that is the human condition. I'm rambling again, sorry.
It's fine, I find it interesting.
Huh? Normally this is where I'd expect you to slowly start backing away from me.
Over what parts?
I can see a 2-minute conversation with any of these other three sending you packing running for the hills. But huh? Why are you the only one that's like people run away from me? You must like spending time with complete disasters.
That's what I keep telling my reflection. Can I ask what happened after the hot robbery?
After, that's... Maybe we can talk about that some other time.
Sure.
Something tells me that might be one of your final memories about this place. I'm quite fond of this cafe, actually. It helps take the mind off the fact that we're dead. Dead people can't sit around sipping tea, can they?
Apparently we can.
Right. But see what I mean? It's just so weird. Maybe that's just me, though.
No, I'm sure we all find our circumstances to be more than a little strange.
That's reassuring to know I'm not alone. So, Sophus, are you a coffee or tea guy? As a self-professed... Huh? As a self-professed queen of tea, I'm sure you can guess what my preference is.
I have an inkling, yeah.
She loves espresso. Totally, that's what it is. The tea thing is just misdirection.
I'm somewhere in between, I guess. Decaf.
Ooh, interesting. Let me guess, you used to drink regular coffee and wanted to cut back.
I had a high-stress job, so yep, you're right on the money. 10 cups a day sometimes.
Ugh, that's a lot. Wow. I'm glad you decided to make that change. However, seeing as you're dead now, you could probably leave decaf behind without suffering any further consequences.
That's true. I haven't really reached the sit down and have a beverage in the afterlife phase of being deceased yet, but I'm sure I'll get there eventually.
I'm sure you will. And finally, about Rem, and then that's going to be our whole troop spoken with. Rem Almighty, huh? Hmm? Isn't that how we should refer to God? She is what she is. There's no one or nothing like her. I definitely feel like where we were away with Rem, Rem did something to Tina because Tina said something that wasn't super friendly about Rem, I think. I don't remember exactly what she said, though. She has an She has an uncanny ability to manipulate and deceive humans. For example, she successfully convinced those other adults that they're all the leader of our so-called troop. Directly or indirectly, she puts suggestions like that into people's minds, to the extent that we can't even be certain if our own thoughts are truly our own.
Sounds frightening, to say the least.
Mm-hmm. By design, I suspect. In fact, the only reason why I feel confident talking about this with you is that I know she enjoys it.
Hmm. Yeah, we're not exactly in the best of positions now, are we? We're working for a pretty untrustworthy boss. Anyways, that's all for now.
Oh, okay. I'll be here if you change your mind.
Right. That's everyone spoken to. That's probably enough socializing for now. Time to think, I guess. Ooh, new character profiles added.
And so, thinking takes its toll. Ah.
Ma'am, silence your duck.
I can't. He's...
Quack, 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 quack.
I'm not going to say it again, ma'am. If that dang duck doesn't shut up, we're all dead.
But I can't.
Ma'am, this is an order. Smother it if you must.
No, no, you can't make me. Please, please. He's only a...
Quack, 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 quack.
Smother it.
What?
Sophie!
We're about to get into more big-time story stuff. Let me look at what's in here first, real quick, I think. Ram Theo.
Capricious God Queen Extraordinaire.
Oh, this is from Rems.
Capricious God Queen Extraordinaire. It's a me, Remio. Long ago, the universe as most humans know it was created in blah blah blah. Here I am. I am God. Many people have called me amazing, but the fact is that I'm not amazing. I am amazingly amazing. You probably understand this by now, but I'll be narrating these little codex entries for your reading convenience. You can thank me later, or actually thank me now, because I totally deserve it.
Thank you, Ramio, for for the codex entries. Don't want her breaking through the screen and coming at us or anything. Sophis.
Sophis Weller, the newest member of the Shady Shade Troop. Ooh, it's Sophie. He's been a very bad boy, but there's something about him. I have high hopes. Also, he doesn't like peanuts. Did you know that a peanut isn't a pea nor a nut? Something to think about. Potential specialness rating, 4 out of 5.
Ooh, that's pretty high up from Rem.
A friendly member of the Shade Troop, Shady Shade Troop. Tina! Most humans that little bro sends me are naughty, but this one is just naughty. You get what I mean? Sometimes people go bad because they have to, or so I hear. I don't know about that. Maybe she's just dumb. Potential specialness rating, 0.5 out of 5.
Oh, okay. That we really did get a high rating. That's probably lower than the likes of Vol, but still pretty good.
A narcissistic member of the Shady Shade Troop, Gilding Guard. Gilly the Silly Billy. He has a lot of money. Or had, I guess, since I'm still figuring out how banking should work here in heaven. He's super selfish and pretty much a terrible human overall. I like to poke him when he sleeps. Potential specialness rating, 1 out of 5. Fallen, a disturbed member of the Shady Shade Troop. Fallen, the cooly cool guy. I feel like he's misunderstood, you know? He seems like a weirdo, but his IQ is like super high. He actually used to be a scientist. Wait. I may be thinking of someone else. Potential specialness rating, 2 out of 5. And finally, Toulette, a sadistic member of the Shady Shade Troop. Little Toulette, aww, he likes to hurt people, eek! I love all humans, but this one is pushing it a bit. Fun fact, he's actually super tall, so I thought it'd be funny to make him the shortest Casareche shadow. Do ya agree? Do you think I'm funny? Do ya?
Honestly speaking to him, yes. Yes, I do. Potential specialness rating, 0 out of 5. Oof. Oof, you don't even get a 0.5. Anyways, I do enjoy that these are now voiced by Rem. Like, that is always fun. Anyways, Sophie, how's the old noggin?
Oh, it's fine, I think.
Good. So are you ready to answer a few questions? Even if you aren't ready, I'm still gonna ask them though.
I'm ready, but
You humans and your butts, I don't get the appeal.
not the body part I meant. Not the body part. I meant, I was just wondering if I could ask you something first.
Huh? Okay, I guess. Make it fast though.
On second thought, maybe I don't need to say anything. After all, since you can read my mind, you should already know what I want to ask.
Hey, don't get fresh with me, sonny boy. If I wanted you to not open that cute little mouth of yours, I'd say so. Besides, sometimes humans can surprise even me.
Fine then. Is it true that you manipulate the people here?
Hmm.
Gildengard, Ballin, Toulettes, they all seem to think they're leaders. But to me, they act more like misguided followers, who either love you, fear you, or both.
Hmm.
I don't mean to insult you, but it almost seems intentional.
To accuse little old me of being so cruel. Maybe I was wrong about you, Sophie. I said you weren't that different from the others, but it turns out you might be special after all.
Special?
Don't you worry. It's the highest of compliments, I guarantee ya. As for your question, if I were to say yes, what would you do? Would it change anything? Would you try running away from me? Would you abandon me?
Well,
Hmm.
are you saying it is true then?
I'm not saying anything, my potentially special boy. You are in my very own little amusement park, and only I decide when people get to leave the roller coaster. Whether or not I tinker with any of you doesn't really matter. Not to you, anyway, anyhow. But you can keep one thing in mind. If I want you to know something, yeah, we'll learn it. Eventually. You don't need to second guess anything at all, honestly. Just believe in me, Kay. After all, I'm God.
So in other words, asking about her true intentions is futile. I'll just have to play along, follow, for as long as she decides to keep me here.
Yeah, we're at her mercy. We have no say in the matter.
Just like back then. I followed and I did what I had to because... wait, was that a memory? If so, it came and went, but I can tell from her smile that she's listening to all of this even now.
Uh,
Fine then. I understand. And I appreciate that you took the time to answer me.
You are so polite that it's almost intimidating. I'm not sure I have the social skills to keep up. Can you forgive me?
I don't mind.
Yay! Thankies. And now it's my turn. Sophie, haven't seen what you have seen so far. Tiny curated moments of forgotten family history. Who would you blame the most for poor Ezre's predicaments?
Well,
Take your time.
okay. So I'm going to pop in a save here real quick. And we're going to head back to the main menu.
I want to look at this. Like, I know there's a couple of trophy things here. Okay, yeah. Choose the least likely answers to all of Rem's questions is one of these things, according to her. So, I guess we have to think about this a bit. Of these three, who do we think is least likely to be causing all of Ezrebeth's problems? Honestly, I would say Charda. It's Ezrebeth herself and Begonia. Those are both pretty likely, especially if we're thinking about from Rem's point of view. Charda doesn't... Charda seems like the dark horse in the race, so I'm gonna say a Charda, it has to be. I see. And why do you say that?
He should have supported Ezrebeth much more, especially given their history. To me, it seems like he was only out to make things better for himself, not caring about the consequences. I have no respect for people who back down like that.
Interesting. And you always do the right thing when push comes to shove, huh?
That's...
Thank you for answering honestly. It means a lot. I kind of wish there was an achievement for doing the wrong thing here, because I definitely wouldn't have answered Charda.
So was it the correct answer, or...?
Man, every time I feel like you're bright, you start to dim. It'd be impressive if it weren't so annoying. Shh, it's okay. You don't get it, Sophie. And maybe you will, someday. I believe in ya. Now how about some more memory diving? Oh, okay, so we're probably going to get a trio of memories, then we're going to come back and get to speak to everyone. And then once we've spoken to everyone, we'll get the option of Rem popping in and asking us another question. And are we doing rules of 3? I feel like we're probably going to be doing rule of 3 here. How about some more memory diving?
There's more?
Yes, sir. We're going to do a bit of the old time skippy skip though. Fill in more of the blanks, so to speak.
Alright. And you still need me to think about things?
Well, duh. Now more than ever, in fact. It's very important that you stay focused. Don't make me beg you to help the what? Let me try that one again. Don't make me beg for you to help me, okay?
Of course, I won't.
Good boy.
Hello? You just kind of stopped functioning for a moment.
Hi.
What? Are we going to go?
Hold on to your butts. Okay.
So you do not have a chance to read that in-between line. That's an instant. Are we going to... Whoa, we're going. Hold on to your butt.
And we're back.
Gotcha.
You sure did. Good thing I'm already dead, or else that would have given me a heart attack.
Bats. Let's tune in, shall we?
Right.
I need a quick sip of my drink. And here we see Ishobello, the age we saw him during the first chapter.
You wanted to see me, Mama.
Yes. How are you settling in?
I am most pleased you would ask, Mama. The new house is beautiful. Ramsia loves it, and Volumnius...
Not that, idiots. I meant in your new role as CEO.
Yes, yes, of course. I'm sorry. Things aren't going quite well, if I may say so myself. Projected earnings for the last fiscal year are set to exceed previous records, in fact. Which, of course, is a testament to the hard work that...
That's enough of that. Wonderful news, my son. Your father and I, as well as my parents before us, have always expected great things from you. It pleases me greatly that you're at long last living up to the esteemed Casarecce legacy, and seeing you finally coming into your own. I must say that the sight makes me very proud.
Mama, that's... And furthermore, by which I truly mean, thank you. Thank you, Mama. Your praise honors me beyond words.
As it rightfully should. Sell your house.
Excuse me, Mama.
A man of your stature has no business living in a rustic cottage far away from everything that made him who he is.
I cannot, Mama.
You're talking back to your mother?
I'm truly sorry, but my answer is no. We finally have a place all our own, to fill with art and music and...
Art and music would keep you away from your family. Now his family would keep him away from his family. What manner of bohemian nonsense is this?
But Ramsia and Vol are my family, Mama. I couldn't possibly take that place away from them. The way your grandson smiles, looking at all that mesmerizing artwork, sometimes for hours on end. In fact, I've picked up the acoustic.
What? Why is my speech somehow getting worse over the last week or so? I've never been good at speaking, but I've just been awful for the last week. I don't know.
In fact, I've picked up the acoustic guitar myself, and...
You will shut your mouth right this instant. How dare you? Do you know what I've had to sacrifice to keep this dang family afloat? That witch practically brought us all down single-handedly, and if it weren't for me, then...
I'm sorry, Mama. I did not mean to offend you, yet.
Why did you let Volumnius meet her?
How did you...
Everyone assumes they can keep things from me. Idiots. It's my job to know things. That burden was put on me since my dear sister proved unable to do anything right. I'm not surprised that your father would eventually cave. He always had a soft spot for her. But to think that you'd come here, to my manor, to visit her in her dungeon, when I'm not even home. Did you literally lock her in a dungeon?
She's family, Mama. I could not in good conscience hide her existence from my very own son.
And why not? I've hidden things all my life for the greater good. Yet only I seem to realize that nothing is freely given. Ever. This backstabbing family will be the death of me, and the world will lose nothing.
Then help me understand, Mama. Why must the cottage be sold, and why do you so desperately want Ezrebeth detached from us all? I want to help you, of course, but I don't know why you ask these things of me.
Would that we still lived in a time when a matriarch's wish alone could settle things? In the days of your grandparents, there was never anyone to oppose their will. Yet over and over, I find myself having to justify everything in ways that makes me seem the villain. My son, you must understand. Someone has to make the hard choices.
But these choices, they're...
The heir to our empire, if indeed it can still be referred to as such, cannot live as a hermit. People talk. Such conversations damage the family's reputation, and after what Ezrebeth did...
But I am no hermit, Mama. I live with my wife and son.
Don't you take that tone with me, boy. You are too much of an imbecile to understand, and that's always been your problem. It doesn't matter what the facts are, people will still talk. They'll see things, conjure up their own realities, and then decide on their preferred gospel. And people like us, we can't ignore that. The sad truth is that once the plebeians start clawing, it's almost impossible to exterminate them. By my efforts alone, aided only by the miracle of sheer luck, we came back from it once. But now, and for the foreseeable future, such luxuries are beyond us. And that is why you must come home, Isabello. Home to Casarecce Manor. Bring your family and carry on our legacy. That is the only way.
If I were to do this, to the great disappointment of my wife and son, in order to safeguard the future, as it were, where...
Hmm.
where would she go? I couldn't possibly live here, pretending like she's a ghost in the walls, whom we're to ignore until the bitter end.
Perhaps you won't need to sell your new home, your new house after all, my son.
You mean...
Yes.
you're asking me to evict my own aunt from her ancestral home?
No. You won't be the one to do it.
Then...
We'll talk more later, Isabello. For now, keep your family in mind. She is straight up evil. Like, Disney villain cartoon. Disney villain yeah. Straight up evil. There is nothing more important in this life or the next.
I understand, Mama.
If you understood that family was the most important thing, you would run and go full non-contact. No contact, yeah. Like, this is such a toxic environment. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Intense, isn't it?
The remaining family seems to actually care about Ezrebeth to some degree, but Begonia...
Hold that thought, Sophie. There's more to see.
Is it time to fast forward again?
No? Really? Just kidding. Vroom. Oh, I know we can't really trust Rem, but I do love Rem. Ah, they're already talking. Shh.
Papa, is it true? Does she refuse to leave her room?
Unfortunately, yes. It is a sad fate, and sight that I wouldn't wish upon anyone.
And the fact that Mama had you be the one to tell her.
Well, Mother is under a load of stress, Isho. Not a good excuse. We shouldn't be too harsh on her. Not a good statement.
Of course. Papa, may I speak freely?
You may.
Is Mama right to fear Auntie the way she does? Her abilities, are they truly dangerous?
It is a complex issue, son.
What do you mean? You and her were close once, were you not?
Whatever you've heard, please pay it no heed. But it's all in the past now. We can only look forward, and that's the whole truth of it.
So you're saying we should fear her then?
The things she are capable of are no fault of her own. You must believe me when I say that my heart breaks for her, as it has done many times in the past. But whether or not fear is truly justified, humans are always going to fear what they don't understand. And even those of us who are aware of that fact aren't exempt from the reality of it. Her abilities can be used for good, theoretically. Uncovering truths that shouldn't remain hidden, such as a murderer's guilt, can be of great benefit to society. But if the murderer in question were to, let's say, have connections, then uncovering those truths can also be detrimental, potentially.
I'm not sure I'm following.
You've heard your mother say it many times, son. Reputation is everything. Those of us in the upper echelons will always be slaves to that undeniable truth. Besides, there is also the dubious nature of what exactly her abilities do. The prospect of touching someone to uncover their secrets. What kind of impact does such a thing have on the human mind? Can it, for example, manipulate or alter outright?
Are you insinuating that Ezrebeth can brainwash others by touching them?
Well, your mom can brainwash people without that ability, so why is that a problem? Not necessarily. I'm simply stating that there's no way to fully know. Perhaps the extent of it is unknown even to her. And besides, it would certainly explain why I once... Excuse me, son. My mind tends to wander in old age.
You're worried that she's been controlling you, Papa.
Well, your mother suggested, and I agree that.
Is it possible then that everyone she's touched...
It cannot be ruled out.
Then how come Begonia doesn't care about her at all? Very easily proven. She has 100% touched her sister at some point, and Begonia has not at all been controlled to care about her. So this theory is instantly debunked.
I don't want to believe it. But then again, Vol really likes her, and...
Let us put a pin in this for now, son.
I want to give both of these two a whack upside the head, and Begonia a full punch in the face. Like, straight up.
Whatever the truth may be, she is still a human in great pain, about to be forcefully removed from our own home. And if nothing else, such a fate is deserving of any decent man's empathy.
Agreed. The paranoia of these people. It's insane.
Wow. Is it really such a stretch, them acting like that? You are dead, so you know better. You know that there's strange magic afoot. But they're just regular old people. Don't you feel like they should be a little bit cautious?
I suppose, but... It all seems so unfair. And us having to see it, unable to do anything, it's just... bleak.
One thing at a time, Sophie.
Also, I'm not sure if I got this right, but that stuff Chardo was talking about, the murderer with connections.
Hmm?
Did Ezrebeth find something she wasn't supposed to?
Yeah, are so sharp. Here, have a cookie.
Thanks?
Oh, I'm all out of cookies. Aw, rude. I so badly wanted to congratulate you too. Ah, well, my verbal grats will have to do. Oh, no cookie.
Thanks.
Yes, you are really on the money, Sophie. Ezri found out that a certain nasty, nasty man killed his old wife. But sadly, that man had a lot of money and sway. And now, the silly stuff that humans value.
So all the cruel things that happened to her, it all started because she helped catch a murderer?
Kinda, yeah.
But, she did the right thing. You're laughing?
Yep.
Why?
Why not? And also, irony. I have to tell you, Sophie, you have quite a pair on ya. You are super cool. It's weird though. You feel so much more. You feel so much for a human you never even met, and yet you feel so little for yourself.
That's different. And that's... well... that's me.
Of course it is. Let's do one more skippy skip before we take a break, okay?
You're the boss.
True. Fix up my drink. Ah. Hello there. We're back in this room, although it's, not exactly the same.
Is that Ezrebeth? She looks so old.
What did you expect? It's been like 30 years. That's just time doing its thing. Maybe you died too early to find that out, huh?
No, that's not it. It's just a bit harrowing. As a human, I mean. seeing her young one moment and then... Hmm... I guess someone like you wouldn't get it.
Maybe not.
Is there someone there? Did she just see us? Can she hear us?
Nah. Or, at least I don't think so. She shouldn't be able to. But then again, she always was a little bit special.
I could have sworn there was something just now. Must have been my imagination then. Ezrebeth, you old hag. Have you finally gone insane for real? Talking to yourself and all? Well, no matter. It's... Oh, excuse me, sorry. It's all just garbage anyway. Sister? Begonia.
Still here, I see.
Coda, go to the underworld.
I'm here to inform you that your freeloading is at an end.
Freeloading? This manor and every room within is as much mine as it is yours.
Keep telling yourself that. I've shown more patience than someone like you could feasibly expect to receive, but I've had enough. It's entirely within my power to have you removed from the premises, if I should want to.
All previous efforts to evict me have failed, including your misguided attempt to have Charter do your dirty work for you. I've told you before, and I'll tell you again. I'd sooner kill myself than leave this room.
You were always so difficult. It seems you've chosen to pursue that route to the bitter end.
And why wouldn't I?
Perhaps I may yet change your mind.
Doubtful.
I've procured a house for you. A quaint villa in which you may live out the rest of your days. In solitude, as was always your desire.
No, thank you.
What?
I refuse.
But why?
Staying here in a room that is all mine is the one thing in my life I was ever able to choose. Everything within these four walls is as integral to me as my own heartbeat. And while most of my other organs are slowly failing, I'll have you know that my heart works just fine. So, to reiterate, since I obviously wasn't clear enough last time, as long as I draw breath, I shall never leave.
It gladdens me that you're still capable of refined speech.
Screw off.
I suppose I'll have to take that back. It's sad, really. Your vocabulary blah blah blah. Your vocabulary was once so exquisite. But it's to be expected, I suppose. You've fallen from grace in every other avenue of life. So why wouldn't that include your ability to produce appropriate language as well?
I don't give a stuffing about what you think of me. We can keep dancing this dance if you want, but I'm not leaving, at least not alive.
Very well, then. If those are your terms, I'll abide by them.
So in other words, you'll have me killed?
Perhaps.
Do it then. Murder me now or in my sleep, whenever it befits your highness. You've already won, Begonia, a long time ago. Just to finish your shoddy work already. At least be woman enough to do that, in between your pitiful martyr-like tirades.
Excuse me.
Oh, please. Over the years, I've heard every single one of your sad monologues through these poorly insulated walls. Always going on about how tough life has been on you. Poor Begonia, having to make all the hard choices. No one feels sorry for you, you backstabbing, entitled witch. So either finish me off, or go choke to death on your blood money already. But
You used to be so timid. But now... Not a single thing about you is recognizable anymore.
There was a time when I wanted you to like me. No, not only you, but everyone. The family, perhaps even the world. I did everything I could. I really tried. But the greater my efforts, the further you pushed me away until... I am the Casarache family's sturdy little secret, left to perpetually rot. So what use is kindness, or understanding, if all it does is kill you inside? Don't look at me with those sad eyes. I know it's all an act. You don't have a heart. I suppose there's nothing I can say that would alter your view on that matter. Of course there isn't. What the heck did you expect, coming in here spouting all that poison? After everything you've done? Mama and Papa always liked you more. Shut up. I am being serious. Up until a certain point, at any rate. Until all that witchcraft manifested itself. Nothing I did ever impressed them, but then you broke their hearts, Ezrebeth. The way that unnatural aspect of you nearly destroyed our family. You couldn't keep your mouth shut about the murder. The damage it caused was... I'm not going to let you make me feel bad about that. He killed his wife. He was a criminal. I did the right thing. But for whom, sister? For whom did you do the right thing? Was it for me? Or our parents? What kind of question is that? Just no? She did the right thing because it was the right thing to do? It wasn't for anyone. It just happened. I'll tell you exactly why you did it. You wanted to show how great you were. It was always about you. You're delusional. Am I, though? Yes. So, in your heart of hearts, not a single part of you desired to be admired. That wasn't appealing to you? That's... You did it for yourself. That's why you were disowned. People like us, we have to put family first. And I did, my whole life, at any cost. I do not feel bad for you. Like, not 1 millimeter of my soul feels bad for this woman. But even then, Mama and Papa wouldn't stop talking about you. The potential you always had. You are an abomination, yet a part of them always thought a higher of you than me. Sometimes I even wished that... No, I won't give you the pleasure. You man-stealing piece of human trash. After everything, Charter still loves you. That's impossible. Is it, though? Is it really? You haven't done a fraction of what I have in life, yet you are touted as special. You have them all fooled, too, with your seductive touch. You're inside their heads, perhaps even inside mine. Stop it. I can't do any of those things. You're just saying that. There's no other explanation. You almost destroyed us all, yet they still care about you. A monster like you? I am not a dang monster! I'm just a person. Which powers I didn't ask for. I'm sure you acquired them somehow. Perhaps through ritual sacrifice or... What? You're insane. Then that makes 2 of us. Hmm. I came here today for a reason. I'm going to make you leave. As I said, you'll have to... I won't kill you. But... You'd be surprised to find out how quickly something pristine can fall into squalor if aided ever so slightly. I can have things removed, or perhaps even covered in dirt, and you'll be powerless to stop any of it. After all, you'll have to sleep eventually, Ezrebeth. If you love this dungeon of yours so much, I'm sure you wouldn't mind me taking your bed, or your clothes, or those flowers. Or you wouldn't. You see, I'm starting to realize something. I've been going about this the wrong way. So instead of trying to get you out of here, I'll turn this place into a nightmare that you'll want to leave. Only you won't ever do that, because you're too stubborn. You fallen silent at long last, huh? You thought I wouldn't dare. You're about to get what's always been coming to you. Yes, at long last. Let's see. So it's August already, hmm? In that case, come this lovely, unforgettable holiday season, I'll have your room made into your tomb.
She passed Disney villain. Um, um, she's now Grim Fairy Tale. She is now the Grim Fairy Tales villain. That was intense, y'all. Yeah. Isn't it amazing? The hate, the passion, the delusion. I love it all. I wish it were a TV show. Oh, Sophie, do you want to go to the movies with me? Uh, 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 um, hang on a second. We don't have time for that. We gotta keep your head in the Game Boy. Uh, uh, and on that note, I think it's time for us to leave. Sophie does not compute. Sophis does not compute. Sophie.exe has stopped working. Oh, we've seen enough. Really? So that's the end? Hmm, not sure. Maybe. But then again, maybe not. I'ma think about it, Kay? And you do the same. Think long and hard. It's almost time for your final exam. My what? Abracadabra. That was a lot. Arden.exe has stopped working too. I made the Sophie.exe joke, but yeah, that was a lot. Uh, 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 Back here, can I see? Seems like something's going on. Tina's sweet on the new boy. Excuse me? Don't play dumb, Toots. You've been talking smack behind our backs. For shame. I have no idea what you're talking about. And so you repeatedly claim. However, the very wind has been fit to share with me that you've been slanderizing Mistress herself. Oh man, I want to hear the wind too. The heck are you two on about? There's no wind here. Oh yeah! What's up with that, Gilma man? Silence, dolts. Do not concern yourself with the minute details of my flawless verbosity. Instead, turn your attention to the following fact. You see, our dear sister Tina claims that Mistress lies to us. That our heavenly queen fills our minds with untruths. Yes, untruths and lies are pretty much the same thing, so stop sounding like a broken record player and get to the point, you senile giraffe. Giraffe. Good one, too, lads. Not only has Tina chosen to betray the infinite love selflessly given to us by Mistress, she is also including our dear new sibling in these delusions. Brothers, heed me your leader. Sophis and Tina are conspiring to overthrow Mistress. They would see us all exiled or worse. We must stop them. Oh yeah, it's time to destroy. Hold on a dang minute. You're not our leader. That's right. Everyone knows that our leader is me.
What? This is not the time for jokes, brothers. So as your leader, I command you to...
I'm not making any dang jokes, you incontinent dog.
What's going on again? Can it be? The delusions have already taken root. Can't you see? This is what those two have been planning all along. They intend to defeat us by means of dividing and conquering. Oh no! What's that mean?
For the love of...
Okay, if I may chime in, I'm not plotting anything. And I can assure you that Tina hasn't been slanderizing Rem at all. She's innocent of whatever you're accusing her of. Sophis. So if it's all the same to you, me and her are going to leave you three to figure this out amongst yourselves. Tup.
I am the leader!
Right. Phew, I'm so glad you turned up when you did. Thanks a lot for bailing me out. What was all that all about, anyway? It's just like they said. Somehow they found out that I told you about Rem's manipulations. That didn't go over well with those self-absorbed zealots. No idea if they overheard us talking or if dear mistress just straight up put that knowledge in their heads. But here we are at any rate. Ah. What would have happened if I didn't show up? I guess we'd argue for a while, and then they'd beat me up or something. What? That's horrible. Yeah, well, if you haven't figured it out by now, they're not very nice people. True. Honestly, until you came along, I felt so alone. We haven't known each other for that long, obviously, but it's a solitary experience, feeling like you're the only one with a heart. Not saying I'm a fantastic person or anything, but I'm not like them, you know. But even when we were pretending to be that rich family, I found it hard not to feel sorry for... Huh? Oh, sorry, I'm rambling. Again. Before you came along, we were on a mission or something like that. Rem had us impersonating a couple of dead people, and... Yeah, it's a whole thing. Wait, I recognize you. Or rather, your shape. You're Begonia Casareche, aren't you? In appearance, yes. And the rest of them. I recognized them, too. Well, not the little one, but... So that's what you and Rem have been doing. She's still tormenting that poor old woman. Ezrebeth? Yes. It all makes sense now. Why we're still in these forms. Ramen and her unfinished business. She's obsessed with the concept of perfection. Us humans, to her, we're just... toys. Or just... Tina? Smother the duck! 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 I can't actually click through this. This is just here now. I was kind of hoping to hit an end here so I could pause and save the game. Is this just stuck here? Why was... Interesting. Clicking wasn't working, but spacebar was. Honestly? Can I go back a couple of spaces, or am I just stuck here? Nope, looks like I'm just going to be... Let's just go ahead and do that. Right now, that's a good stopping point. I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have, and I hope to see you next time. So, without further ado, take care, everybody. I want to thank you once again for watching, and we need to make a special thank you to the channel members. Yamato Tanagura, right now that's just you, but thank you so much for the additional support. Anyways, without further ado, for real now, take care, everybody.